In this next decade, humanity really is at a crossroads. We all need a vision for what it means to be human. Welcome to Come and See 2023. Anne and I now have 8 grandchildren. The youngest was born just a few weeks ago, and it's an amazing thing to hold a small child in your arms and wonder, what will you become? What will you be like? How will you grow? What will you do? How can I pray for you at every stage of your life? Every single person in creation is amazing, and all of us can think and remember and imagine. We can love and create and enjoy food and drink and sunsets and music. We make choices. We communicate in signs and words. We make deep friendships and form lasting communities. And everybody wants to know how to live their life in the best way possible. We all need a vision for what it means to be human. In this next decade, humanity really is at a crossroads. We face immense challenges: the climate crisis, global poverty, the cost of living, war, the changes brought by new technology. How should we live in the middle of all of these challenges and questions? Should we just look after ourselves and our families? Is life all about pleasure? Does money bring happiness? How do we cope with the anxiety and fear and guilt which build up inside us? And how should we spend the 4,000 weeks that we are given on this earth? That's the average human life. How should we face suffering and pain and death? How should I live my life? These are big questions. So welcome to Come and See. We're going to explore all these questions and more through some words of Jesus Christ. Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. His words and his life and his death have shaped the world ever since. In Matthew's Gospel, at the beginning of his ministry, Jesus climbs a hill near Lake Galilee. The disciples and then the crowds follow him, and Jesus talks to them. Christians call this part of the Gospel the Sermon on the Mount. The opening words are 8 short sayings, which all begin with the word blessed. We call these sayings the Beatitudes. That comes from a Latin word beatus, which means blessed. And these sayings are right at the heart of Jesus' teaching. Every beatitude is a promise. Every beatitude is about what it means to live well, to be happy and fulfilled. Every beatitude is about joy in this life and the next. The Beatitudes are like a poem or even a series of riddles. No one can understand them fully straight away. So we need to spend time with them and listen and ponder. And the first way to read them is a profound and beautiful vision for how to live well. It's a vision for the very best a person can be, a deeply Christian character. It's the character we see in the great saints, in the people whose lives reflect goodness and joy and peace and integrity. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are those who know their need of God, who need God's help and support. Blessed are those who mourn, the ones who have compassion, who will weep with those who weep and enter into others' experience and suffering. Blessed are the meek, the humble, those who don't big themselves up, who don't take themselves too seriously, who make room for others. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for justice, those who have a sense of fairness and right and wrong and stand up for what they believe. Blessed are the merciful, those who practice kindness and generosity and are willing to forgive. Blessed are the pure in heart, those who are on the inside what they say they are on the outside, who live life from the inside out. Blessed are the peacemakers, those who want to be channels of peace in families and communities and in the whole world. And blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness and justice, those who are willing to stand up for what they believe, even though it will cost them something, and sometimes cost them everything. What's the best way to live? Well, Jesus says this is the best way to live. This is the character to aim for. This is what it means to be a disciple and to be human. This is what we are to teach and pray for our children and our grandchildren. This vision is absolutely the best we can be. If you look around you, you'll be able to see people who don't live like this, of course. But you will also see glimpses of people who reflect this character at least some of the time. This is our calling. As men and women and as Christians, this is where we find blessing and peace and joy. Jesus gives us a wonderful vision for human life and for every stage of life, from our first steps to great old age. But to live like this is hard. Why, I wonder, is it so difficult? That's what we'll explore next time. Come and see.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Blessed are those who mourn, for they are comforted.
Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth.
Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled.
Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God.
Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.